Hello everyone, welcome to eClassroom. Today we shall learn about some concept of biogeography. The concepts are biosphere, ecosystem, biome, ecotone, community and ecology. We know that our earth is consisted of three spheres. These three major spheres are atmosphere, lithosphere and hydrosphere. And another sphere which exists within these three spheres is called biosphere. This biosphere is relatively thin layer on the earth in which life can exist. In fact, these three spheres, atmosphere, lithosphere and hydrosphere, they have prepared a favorable environment for biosphere. The term biosphere was coined by geologist Edward Swiss in 1875, which he defined as the place on Earth's surface where life dwells. Basically, the part of the earth where life can exist, that is called biosphere. Biosphere is a huge global ecosystem where living component as well as non-living component or biotic element as well as abiotic component, they exist in the system, and it is extended to atmosphere, to hydrosphere, to lithosphere, everywhere. It is said that biosphere is very narrow but very complex zone, which is about 20 kilometer extended from top to bottom. And we can say that almost most of the life exists between 500 meter below the mean sea level and 6 kilometer above the mean sea level. So that's all about biosphere. So we have come to know that biosphere is the largest ecosystem of the earth. The term ecosystem was coined by British ecologist Arthur G. Transley in 1935. 1935. Basically, interaction of living organism with their non-living environment in an orderly manner is known as ecosystem. An ecosystem is defined as a structural and functional unit of biosphere consisting of community of living beings and physical environment, both interacting and exchanging materials between them. So basically it includes biotic or living element as well as abiotic elements, and an ecosystem developed through the interaction and interrelation between these living and biotic and abiotic factors of the system. The main source of energy in ecosystem is sun, and we know that the main driving force in the ecosystem is the solar energy, and the flow of energy in ecosystem is unidirectional. Ecosystem is more than a geographical region or more than an ecoregion. It should be better to mention ecosystem as a functional unit or as a structural unit of the biosphere, within which inputs and processing of inputs of material and energy take place, and then processing of that elements, and at the end of the day we see that output of element also take place. So ecosystem are, that's why, called as open system, where energy and matters constantly enters into the system and they are leaving the system. So that's all about ecosystem. Another thing here should be mentioned, that here we see that component of ecosystem: biotic component and abiotic component. Biotic component means plants, animals, and other organisms. And these biotic component, we can see that trophic structure and other concept and energy pyramid, etc., and that will be discussed in other lecture. Next one is abiotic factors or abiotic component. Abiotic component, it includes rocks or soil, temperature, humidity, these element, as well as we can say that inorganic substances like carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, uh, etc., etc., and as well as organic component like protein, carbohydrate, lipid, etc. Okay, the next concept is biome. A biome is a large community of vegetation and wildlife adapted to a specific climate. And if we see the boundary of the biome, then we will see that the most of the biomes boundary are parallel to the latitude, and that's why it is said that a climatic condition has an influence on the biome, on the delineation of biome. So we can say that biome is a complex of communities which is maintained by the climate of the region, and which is characterized by the distinctive type of vegetation. And the basic difference between biome and ecosystem is that we have seen that ecosystem is a functional system unit. On the other hand, biome is not any functional unit. Rather, it is a homogeneous region which is determined by the vegetation, which is again influenced by the climatic condition of the region. So that is the basic difference between biome and ecosystem. And here are the major, here, I mean, in the diagram you can see the major biome of the world, like tundra biome, and then taiga biome, and then grassland biome or tropical rainforest biome, etc., etc. Okay. Next, move to next topic, that is ecotone. Actually, we can say that ecotone we can define as an area or a zone of transition between two or more diverse communities or two or more diverse ecosystem. And if we see the characteristics of the ecotone, then it is found that area of the ecotone that can be wide, or it again can be a very narrow transitional zone, and it is a very susceptible zone, we can say, where we can found the both characteristics of the adjacent ecosystem. And if we see the diagram there, we can say that in that ecotone we can found the characteristics of marshland ecosystem, again the lake ecosystem. In that case we can found the characteristics of forest ecosystem as well as marshland ecosystem. It could contain species that are entirely different from those found in the adjacent ecosystem. Again, some common animals or some common flora and faunas can be found in the ecotone region. And ecotone can be natural or it can be man-made. As an example, the ecotone between an agricultural field and a forest is an example of man-made ecotone. And here in the diagram we see forest and marshland. That is an example. That is an example of natural ecotone. Next, if we see the importance of ecotone, then we can found that they have a greater variety of organisms, and they serve as a bridge of gene flow from one population to another because of the larger genetic diversity present. Third, we can say that they can act as buffer zone, offering protection to the bordering ecosystem from possible damage. As an example, wetland can absorb pollutant and prevent them from seeping into the river. Ecotone and fourth one we can say ecotone are also a sensitive indicator of global climate change. A shifting of boundaries between ecosystems is thought to be due to climate change. So scientists and environmentalists are studying ecotone with greater interest now. So that's all about ecotone. The next one is age effect. The narrow zone of habitat transition is frequently termed as age, and the tendency for increased variety and density of species at community junction to ecotone is known as age effect. And the species that use age for purpose of their reproduction and for their survival are frequently termed as age species. So basically, we can say age effect means the changes in population and community structure that occur at the boundary of two different ecosystem or two different habitats. Study of different organism and the environment and how these organisms interact with each other and to their environment. That is called ecology. So ecology is basically a discipline. The basic difference between ecology and ecosystem, we can say that ecology is a study of the interrelationship of different organisms, and ecology help us to understand energy flow or mineral cycle in a system. On the other hand, if we say ecosystem is an environmental system where interaction or interrelationship between different components, abiotic and abiotic component that take place. Ecology is an extensive study of living beings and the relationship with the environment. And the ecosystem is considered the subset of ecology, and it revolves around all the complex interaction between living and non-living component of the community. And thirdly, we can say ecology is a broader perspective of the environment, while ecosystem is consisted of every biotic and abiotic factors of environment. The size of ecosystem can be varied. It can be as small as a tree ecosystem. On the other hand, can be as large as a forest ecosystem. If you see the importance of ecology, then first one is conservation of environment. Ecology helps us to understand how our action, our activities affect the environment. So it shows how much damage can be done by the human beings to the environment, and our knowledge regarding ecosystem, our knowledge regarding ecology can help to conserve different species. A mammoth, ostrich, this animal could be exist till date if we could conserve them, if we had proper knowledge regarding them. So our lack of knowledge regarding ecology has led to degradation of environment and extinction of several species. Also, it has led to the endangerment of certain species. So conservation of in case of conservation of environment, a proper knowledge regarding ecology is important. Second thing is resource allocation. Proper knowledge of ecology help us to know which resource are necessary for survival of different organism, and lack of this knowledge has led to a scarcity or deprivation of these resources, which is leading to the inter species competition or interspecies competition. So that so in case of resource allocation, for the benefit of ecology, for the benefit of biosphere, our knowledge of ecology is also important, also helpful. And third one is energy conservation. Energy conservation, we can say that all organisms require energy for their growth and for their development. And for a proper understanding of ecological requirement, prevent the unnecessary wastage of energy resources. These five organizations make up the ecological realm, where at the basic unit we see that individual, that means organism is an individual living being that has the ability to act or function independently. Then with the combination of few individual, a population is formed. Suppose as an example, if we say uh, uh, a deer. So a deer can be recognized as individual. When there are several deers, so they will be considered as a population. So population is a group of organism or group of individual that is usually of the same species and occupying a definite area at a specific time. That is population. That is called population. And community is the next level organization, which is consisted of all the population of different species of plant, animals, and microorganisms living together in an area. If we see the diagram, that individual here we see the fish. There is a population of fish, and in the level of community we see that there is fish, there is crabs, there is the jellyfish, there is some flora, some grasses. So these different species of population, I mean the population of different species, they are constructing that community. And the next concept is ecosystem that we have already discussed. So here is the diagrammatic representation of that realm of ecology: individual, population, community, ecosystem, then biome, then biosphere. Okay, next move to the concept of community. Already known about community, that is consisted of all the population of different species of plant and animals and other microorganisms living together in any specific area at a specific time. And in most of the instances, communities are named after the dominant species of the area. As an example, we can say grassland community. Though there is grass, I mean the area is dominated by grasses. Though there may be herbs and shrubs, trees, along with other animals. Still, it is called a grassland community. In a community, the number of species and size of their population that can vary with time and with space.